It's up to Diddy and Dixie to save the day in this handheld sequel. It's Donkey Kong Land 2 for the Game Boy. Alright. Rage battle against Captain K.rool and his vast army of Kremlings. So I remember back in the day, for some reason I had a hard time finding this game. And the only store that had it was like an hour away. So, back then as a kid, that feels like a long time. But it's just something I remember about this game. Anyways, let's unbox it. So out of the 3 LAN games, I'd say this one follows the Super Nintendo version the closest. Donkey Kong Land 1 kind of did its own thing with like new levels and new music. And then Land 3 was like kind of a hybrid where it loosely followed the Super Nintendo version, but kind of did its own thing as well. But this one for sure follows the Super Nintendo version the closest, which is not a bad thing, but it just seems kind of lazy, I guess, in a way. All right, so. Best way to open these is get underneath the flap here and then gently pry it up. Just like that. And there's the insides. And nothing else in the box. So what do we got here? Nintendo Power subscription. And then we have one of the many Precaution booklets for Game Boy games. They made a lot of these. Like, I want to say they made like 10 different revisions. That's crazy. Anyways, it's just your usual safety and precaution stuff. Nothing too interesting. We have a poster. These very trippy designs Nintendo was doing back then. Game Boy, play it loud. This was definitely during what I like to call the Attitude Era of Nintendo. So we got Space Invaders, Metroid 2, Kirby's Pinball Land, Wario Land, Donkey Kong, what people call Donkey Kong 94, Tetris 2, Kirby's Dream Land, Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening, which is like quite possibly my favorite Zelda game ever, Wario Blast, and the Super Game Boy, which was pretty neat back then to play Game Boy games on your TV. Like, who'd ever think that would be a real thing one day? But, hey, Nintendo created it, and it happened. And here's the game with the case. It was a sad day when Nintendo stopped including these with Game Boy games. I think it was during the Game Boy Color. I can see why they did it for Super Nintendo games, because the games just sit on your shelf. They're not gonna get damaged very easily. Whereas Game Boy games, you know, you carry them around, you put them in your pocket, in your backpack, and yeah, they can get damaged pretty easily. So, according to Nintendo, they said it was for the environment. Yeah, come on, Nintendo, you can't fool us. Anyways. There is the game. It's minty fresh. Oh, here's a cardboard tray holder. And last but not least, here is the manual. So this was one of the several Game Boy games that were compatible with the Super Game Boy, meaning it would have its own color palette and border, which was pretty neat. Anyways, table of contents. Here's the story. which is pretty much the same as Donkey Kong Country 2. Telling you how to save. Yeah, it talks about this Super Game Boy. The map screens, which they show the images from the Super Nintendo version, which is kind of funny. Controls. Do these moves. Dixie's moves. Crown coins. So like I said, this game's very similar to the Super Nintendo version. Like, it's basically like a watered down port. It's not exactly the same, but if you play the Super Nintendo version already, there's not a whole reason to play this game, just besides that maybe out of curiosity. So, I mean, the levels are different, and it does have most of the music from the Super Nintendo version, minus maybe a few, like the boss music, which is in the data, but they never used it for some reason. Speaking of the music, this was Grant Kirkhope's first game he composed for at Rare, so because of that, he doesn't consider it like his greatest work. It's just, it's okay, you know. Obviously the Game Boy has limitations and you can only do so much, but I like it. So again, it's showing a render from the Super Nintendo version. On guard, Rambi, Squitter, Clapper, Ratley, who replaces Winky from the first game, Squawks, Kong Family, yeah, Funky Flights, Wrigley's College. For some reason, Cranky Kong is not in the land games. I don't know why. He's like by far the best Kong in the Kong family, you know? He's the original Donkey Kong, you know? Some more renders. Enemies. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Not a whole lot to say about this game. Like I said, you know, it's basically just a port. Anyways, there you have it. Donkey Kong Land 2 for the Game Boy.